Hey, it's been a minute since I've done a video. Haven't done any cooking videos. I actually went to Kansas for a couple of weeks. I drove. It can be an intense drive. About 20 hours. Took Moxie and took Calvin. They did pretty good. They did good. I can't complain. Took my little Ford Escape, crated the cat, and had a little safety harness for Mox. And anyway, it was good. I stopped. I actually drove the bulk of it there. I made it to Missouri, and I actually had intended to go through Little Rock. And as you can tell, I'm relaxing because well, she just hit her head. But that's Roxy girl. Hey, Mox. And then there's Moxie. I can't get the phone to go over there. So anyway, it's kind of sweet because Roxy, new baby, she's what, 8, almost 9 weeks old. She did, and Moxie did the same thing too. When she's ready to lay down and take a nap, if I'm busy moving around, she will come up to me. I mean, I hope she's comfortable because my arm is not. But anyway, she'll come up to me and she'll get on her hind legs, and with her paws, I have to adjust her. And she'll okay, there we go. She sleeps like this a lot of the times. But she'll move her paws onto my legs, and it's sweet because then I pick her up and this is what she wants to do. She wants to snuggle. She's a nuggler. She's a little snuggle buggle. I don't mind at all. But anyway, I bought a new to me vehicle, and a while back, it's a Pacifica minivan, and a while back I had been setting up Billy's old van to do some van camping. I joined a couple of groups, senior ladies. I'm like, what? It is what it is. So I'm a senior lady, so I joined a senior ladies camping group, and then another one like ladies van camping groups. There's a few of them, and it's pretty cool because they'll have meetups and whatnot. But also there were some places around here in South Carolina I wanted to go to, just even if it's just a quick weekend trip, overnight trip or whatever. It's just so much beauty here, and I have not explored here like Big Bill and I had in Virginia. We loved Virginia. We loved going on staycations, as they would say, in your own state. And so I decided I wanted to get out and do that. Funny thing is when my friend Denise and I, after Billy passed away, he passed in April and 2022, and in May, God bless Denise. She's my go-to gal, and we were up in my attic in my 12-year-old home. I don't remember how old it was now, 110 or 12 at the time of Billy's passing. But we went up there, and I almost got rid of every single thing. I told her I just want to keep the Christmas stuff. That's it. Had buku camping gear and got rid of all of it. And because I had done some camping with the boys when they were younger, and Billy and I did a few camp trips. Now, we would mix up some of our trips too. We would do some tent camping, and then we might throw in a couple of nights in a cabin, like at a KOA or just, whatever. We just would kind of mix it up. And so, sorry, I should have put this on a holder, but I was just sitting here. I did not pre-plan or script this video, as I'm sure you've all figured that out. It's just gonna be a little chitty chatty time. But so anyway, I had Billy's. It's a 2009 Dodge Caravan. He used it as like a cargo van for work, and it suited his needs. He loved that van. Well, I went ahead and the seats always, they're stow and go. That's the beauty of the Caravan, which they stopped making in 2020, and spacious when you do that. And now, mind you, at this point in my life, I've gotten rid of all the camping gear, but I've been slowly getting things. And they have the Amazon days and whatnot, so I have gotten some really good deals on some things to go camping again. I reached out to in one of the camping groups, a name popped up that I recognized, so I reached out to her to make sure she was still in my phone contacts. I'm like, hey, is that you? So we lived in Franklin, Virginia together for a while and went to church together, and she moved to Florida I don't know how many years ago. I've been in South Carolina after Billy passed away. I moved down here 5-6 months later. I think I bought my place 5 months later and then moved down a few months after that because I still had to sell my place in Virginia. So anyway, I saw her name and so reached out to her. So we have a couple of ideas of things that, places we want to go and meet up. And when it gets kind of cool here in coastal South Carolina, I look forward to going down to Florida, where she lives, further south, and, take advantage of the warmer weather. I can take my little Boykin beauties here with me. Of course, Calvi will go too, so that'll be fun. But the Pacifica, it's a 2022. I got a good deal on it. Has a little more miles on it than I wanted. My preference was like at 40,000 miles, but it's 60,000 miles. It used to be a lease vehicle, and I had bought me a Coleman cot a while back, and I actually that'll do double duty because when my grandsons spend the night with Yaya here, they want to sleep with Yaya. I'm like, okay, I just have a queen size bed, and it's like sleeping with Muhammad Ali, like bam, 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 and nobody's getting any rest. Well, Yaya's not getting the rest. So, anyway, so I'll use that Coleman comfort cot as well. I'm not gonna worry about putting in another foam mat. It's got like a 2-inch foam mat that goes on top of the cot itself. I've got enough bedding and whatnot that I can have that just double, folded up and use that if I need extra softness on that camping cot. We'll see. I might just try to sleep on it one night. I keep it up in my bedroom towards the foot of my bed, so when Grands spend the night. And that's where, like I said, the 6-year-old grandson, he sleeps on that. And one day I'm sure he'll be good with sleeping in the guest room, but for right now, and that's fine. I don't mind. Doesn't bother me one bit. Not even when he gets up at 5 in the morning on a Saturday. Doesn't bother me one bit. He's precious. But this little one here, she gets me up through the night anyway because we're still potty training. But I say a lot. Sorry about that. So one day though, I'll do a video. I'll back it up to my garage where I've been kindly storing up for the past maybe probably the past year. I've been slowly getting camping gear and whatnot Whoa, baby. Been slowly gathering up some camping gear and whatnot, and I'm gonna do a no build in my van, and I've watched enough YouTube videos. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there, a lot of great ideas, so I don't really have to think about a lot. Can just mimic a lot of them, and I truly want to keep it pretty simple, um, because I just don't want to put a lot of work into it, because I want to be able to load and go, and that's kind of the plan. And it's just going to be me, so I shouldn't need but so much. I'm not living in it full time by any means. It's going to, whoa, sorry. It's going to be, like I said, weekend things, because summer is closely coming to an end for me. And I had planned on going back to Billy's van, I'd planned on using it, and I was going to drive it to Kansas. And don't you know, the night before, and I'd already loaded some stuff up, and that was going to be, my virgin run with that to see about camping in it. And I had scoped out a couple places I could stop off on the way back. I just wanted to get to Kansas, and then I was going to allow myself a couple extra days coming home. Well, I had driven it all week long, no problem. Like I said, it was a 2009, but still only had like 127,000 miles. And Billy had put those on because when we bought that thing used, it had 40,000 miles on it. But he commuted a little over an hour one way to work when we lived in Virginia. So, most of those miles were his. So, and he loved that thing. He loved that vehicle. And it was cheaper than buying a cargo van. So, any of you out there who need a cargo van, consider a minivan with stow and go seats, which I believe are just the Caravans, the Dodge Caravans, which they stopped making those in 2020, and the Chrysler Voyager, I think, and possibly the Chrysler Town and Countries. I don't know if they're still making the Voyager or not. I do know they're making the Pacifica, and I've owned a Pacifica before, but I owned it when it was a crossover vehicle, and it was on a Durango frame. And matter of fact, when I got into my car wreck years ago, that's what I was in, and that thing was a beast. I got broadsided by somebody who ran a red light doing like 50 miles an hour, and I tell you what, it spun me around, but it didn't really do a lot of damage to the vehicle, which is good because it was built like a tank. But this is the newer Pacificas. They are minivans, and they're not crossover vehicles, but it's still nice size. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as some of the other ones I'd looked at, but I didn't, that wasn't my intent. I didn't need all that. I just wanted to be able to go camping, and that was going to be my shelter, will be the tent. And like I said, we'll wait for the weather to cool off, because I'm not a masochist. I like warmer weather, but I don't want to be sleeping in it at night, and that wouldn't be fair to my critters either. And I've been kindly looking at some tents that also go off of the back of the vehicle, but in the evening, if you want to, you can still shut the tailgate. And also, some places require you to have a tent. Some campgrounds will not let you stay unless you have a tent, which I don't know why I don't know why they care whether you sleep in your car or not. So that would fulfill that need as well. And so I'm looking into that. And like I said, I'm doing all this budget friendly, and I'm I'm looking forward to it. There's still a few more things that I need to get together, you know, like the first aid kit, which I think I can compile that just from stuff here at my house already. But that's just kind of a update of what's going on. Like I said, I know I haven't really popped on here. And I thought I was going to maybe do more in Kansas and on the trip, but that was a very intentional trip. And what I mean by that, it was, you know, to visit my mom. And because, you know, she experienced the same level of loss as I did, because when Daddy died, it'll be 3 years this August. It'll be 3 years this month. This is August 2nd, 2024. And so it'll be 3 years in just a handful of days that Daddy went to heaven. It was fairly unexpected. It was very unexpected. I mean, things just turned, and you know, that was incredibly sad time. You know, they were married for over 60 some odd years. And then 2 months. So I'm sorry. Whew. No, I'm not. I love my dad. He was a good man. He's a good man. And but less than 2 months after that, my Billy got sick, and I mean, he had that stroke because of multiple brain tumors, and that's a whole story. Many of you know the story already. And so less than 2 months after Daddy passed away, and right after a month after our 33rd wedding anniversary, he just had a big stroke, and turned out he had multiple brain tumors. But 6 months after that, he passed away. So that was devastating for my mom too, because, you know, she kept saying, oh, he was just too young, because, you know, she was old enough to be his mom. And so it was tough on both of us. So when I say it was a very intentional trip, it was, you know, to focus on visiting Mom and, you know, just having some of that quality time. And I took Moxie with me, and she just really blessed Mom. She was so sweet with Moxie. Moxie can be a little wild child. You know, she's, 15, 16 months old, something like that. But she, it's like she can read the room. And, you know, she knew not to be wild. And I love that, because she was so calm for my mom. Like, so calm. Because around my grandkids, whew, she kicks it up. She kicks it up. But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing a couple of camping trips here in the near future. Like I said, I'm going to wait till it's not 3-digit weather, and because even in the mountains here, it's been stymie and stuffy. That's no fun for anybody. Not me, anyway. I don't want to sleep in that mess. But, okay, some of us are getting a little bit restless over here, including, what about you? Are you too? Nah, she says she's out of it. But anyway, there are going to be some van camping adventures. Like I said, I'm not going to be a full-timer. It's going to be something to get me out exploring South Carolina, just like Billy and I used to explore all over Virginia. And I'm looking forward to it. And that's just kind of my little life update. Y'all take care. And as Roxy would say too, God bless. Yeah. Hey, sweet girl. Alright, there you go. Go bark at whatever. Just pop back on real quick because I went on all that jibber jabbering, and what I didn't say that I should have said is that the night before I was going to leave for Kansas, and I had a lot of stuff loaded up in the van, Billy's old van, it started making this outrageous screaming noise, and I'm like, oh great. And I'm sure it was a belt, and seems like something was going on with the air conditioning. And so in 2009, it had fairly decent tires on it because Billy had done that before he went off to heaven. But also, and I had had an oil change on it, but it wasn't going to be worth the risk, and I didn't want to just start throwing money into a vehicle that old. If I'm going to do this, I wanted to make sure that it was going to be trustworthy. Moxie, don't do that, please. Sorry, we're digging holes. Mom's on the phone. So, no ma'am. So I wanted to make sure I've got a trustworthy vehicle, and so I didn't get that far because I went down the rabbit trail. I went down. Oh, you gonna hide? You gonna hide, girl? Say bye, Roxy. Say God bless. Moxie, say God bless. Don't eat the grass. Goodbye, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.